Hello. So today I want to read some poetry, or a poem rather, that I wrote once. And but before I do that, I want to just talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. So growing up, I've always been, I would say, a pretty creative person, an artistic person, someone that's always been really passionate and I've loved singing and dancing and acting, and I still do. I love those things. Anybody that knows me can attest to that. But I never really uh, expressed myself very much. I never really expressed those feelings um, as much as I wanted to growing up. I didn't really have a lot of opportunities to do that growing up. There was no opportunity for any form of artistic expression at my school um, or anything. And I didn't have too much encouragement. My parents were always pretty encouraging, but that's about it. But also, I guess, even when I did have the opportunities, I was also really scared to just go out and do it, to go out and sing in public, or to act on that stage or anything. I was always very anxious. I was always afraid of what people would think. And so, I guess the years have gone by. I'm already, getting into my mid-20s here, and I've graduated college, and I sort of have found growing up this feeling of emptiness inside me, like in this kind of feeling of regret that's not something I ever pursued, whether that be singing or acting, theater, things like that. And so, yeah, I guess in 2020, New Year's 2020, we all know how that ended up later. I decided, I made a resolution that I wanted to be a little more expressive. And so I wrote a couple of blog posts. Then later in the year, I uploaded a couple of videos of me singing. And it's still kind of a slow process, but I'm feeling more comfortable with sharing myself doing things like that. And so today I decided that I wanted to share with you all a poem that I once wrote. And I've never really been like that into poetry, but I really like song lyrics. And honestly, song lyrics is basically poetry with music. So I feel like I would really like poetry, and I should probably get more into it. But I have dabbled in poetry, obviously, because I've written poems and things like that. But yeah. And so, the poem that I'm going to be reading for you all today, it's a love poem. It's a poem that I once wrote when I was really in love with somebody, and unfortunately that never really panned out the way I wanted it to, but I wrote this really cute poem that I really want to read to you all. So, as I flip to the page, the poem is called I Love the Way You. So, I love the way you look at me when you see my face, the way your smile widens with your warm embrace. I love the way you say my name, the excitement I can hear, the way your voice goes up an octave, the way the sound rings in my ear. I love the way you speak with me, our little languages that we create, the way your words and my feelings somehow always seem to relate. I love the way you make me feel, the burning passion in my soul. I love you, and I love you with all my being, because it's you who makes me feel like I'm whole. Yeah, that was a poem that I wrote. I hope you all enjoyed it. And also, it is apparently National Poetry Month, which is really cool. So anyways, if you've watched this entire video, thank you so much. You are honestly what keeps me going, and what is pushing me to be more expressive. So thank you, and have a good day.